In order to observe the media industry's state of affairs in Pakistan, that has been declared the second most dangerous country in the world for journalists, Jeremy Dear, the Deputy Secretary General of International Federation of Journalists (IFJ), came here on 18th of February 2020. On the first day, Jeremy Dear was introduced to the leadership of Pakistan Federal Union of Journalists (PFUJ) and Karachi Union of Journalists (KUJ). During his meeting with advisor to Sindh Chief Minister on Law, Barrister Murtaza Wahab, he inquired about the investigation into journalist Aziz Memon's murder and non-payment of salaries to the media workers. Jeremy Dear also met the editors and senior journalists at the Council of Pakistan Newspaper Editors Office. Financial issues, threat to media workers, job insecurity, and censorship were pondered upon. Jeremy Dear said the regulation of the media happened all over the world and laws were designed to combat terrorism and hate speech. But now those were being increasingly used by anti-democratic governments to censor or close down media, jail journalists, and silence independent reporting. Later in the evening, Jeremy Dear attended a reception hosted by His Excellency the Ambassador and Consul General of USA. There he met a number of leading journalists, sportsmen, industrialists, religious leaders, diplomats and politicians. The evening ended with a trip to the food street at the shore of Arabian Sea. On the second day, Jeremy Dear attended a seminar on working environment in Pakistan for journalists. Chief guest Governor of Sindh, Imran Ismail, said that government would make sure that the media houses pay salaries to the employees in time. He said that those media houses that had learned to survive saw government advertisements were doing well. Governor observed that media workers got discouraged when journalists like Aziz Memon were killed. Provincial government failed to apprehend the culprit and employers did not support the family of the deceased. He said a mechanism needed to be evolved to support the families of such slain journalists. Deputy Secretary General IFJ Jeremy Dear said,
I thought I'd start my comments by expressing the IFJ's anger at the death of Zafar Abbas. But then our colleague Aziz Memon was brutally murdered, strangled, his body tied up and dumped in an irrigation canal. Or I thought I would talk about the threat posed to media freedom by the physical threats and intimidation faced by employees of, say, Dawn. But then came the conviction of Nasrullah Chowdhury, convicted under the Terrorism Act for simply possessing banned literature. Or I thought I'd talk about the unjustified loss of jobs at Sama or AAJ News. But then 80 workers were fired at Jang Multan just last week. Or I would talk about proposals to set up special media tribunals, but then new social media regulations that threaten sweeping control of internet news programs were introduced. Or I talk about the threat which brings shame on Pakistan's media, the death by stress of yet another journalist or cameraman like Rizwan Malik. And then Nafiz Ahmed died of a heart attack after being admitted to hospital after calling his employer from the hospital, pleading for his unpaid wages and medical support. Our heart goes out to the family, friends and colleagues of all these journalists killed, whether by the assassin's hand or by corporate greed. But what all that did was show that not a day goes by, not a week passes without Pakistani journalists facing death threats, arrests, sackings, abuses of their professional and labour rights, without being unlawfully denied their wages, and without, in many cases, being driven to despair and beyond. It is no exaggeration to say that Pakistan's journalists face at the moment some of the gravest threats they have had in decades. And insecurity stalks the profession. We will mobilise our affiliates. 187 unions in 141 countries, representing 600,000 journalists around the world, to protest and lobby Pakistani embassies and consulates and companies that are operating abroad. From Colombia to Sydney, from Athens to London, journalist unions taking up your case directly to the door of your government in a coordinated and global campaign.
President PFUJ GM Jamali pointed out that a significantly large section of print, electronic and social media supported PTI government. He said problem the media workers were facing were because of the owners of media houses who had sacked thousands without paying their dues. He said PFUJ would play its role if any attempt was made to suppress freedom of speech, pointing out that in the last decade over 140 journalists were murdered by target killers. He said that matter was discussed at United Nations by PFUJ and IFJ in detail. He said that 3,000 professional journalists were shown the door by media houses. He suggested government should not only stop giving advertisements to media houses that shut their stations, but also cancel their declarations. He further told that anti-terrorism cases were being registered against journalists, particularly in the Kotki and Sakhar areas of Sindh. Hassan Abbas, president of KUJ, pointing towards a strong nexus of the media house owners, told that those who opted to go to court for their rights were barred from getting jobs in any other organization. General Secretary KUJ Ajiz Jamali, focusing on the economic assassination of journalists, told some 8,000 media workers were fired from jobs. Senior journalist and trade unionist Bachal Laghari noted that government was not paying any heed to the protests on the streets. Vice President Sheher Bano in her presentation maintained that lady journalists must be trained and encouraged, enabling them to become union leaders. KUJ advocate Shoaib Ashraf said that laws regarding protection of journalists from physical, psychological and financial harm needed to be implemented. Executive Director of Pilar Karamat Ali told that 75% of the labor force in Pakistan were deprived of the freedom of association as they were hired without contract.